All right, Coach Anthony here. Going to go ahead and break down some of Noiz FB's gameplay. Noiz is a member of our tournament team, and in this last PlayStation Cup, he went ahead and got a victory royale with it looks like 15 eliminations. So very, very good for him. Very great way to start out a tournament, and definitely what you want to see. So we're going to go ahead and break down some stuff that he's doing really, really well and why he's successful in these cups. So first thing, whenever you're trying to lock down a boss, right, I'm a huge believer in doing exactly what he's doing, which is making sure you're secure and you're safe. Okay, understand that the moment that you start trying to get a boss, you're going to get keyed by somebody. I guarantee it, especially in competitive lobbies, somebody's going to try and key you. It's just how it works, right? So you always want to give yourself protection like this before trying to take down a boss. And then generally you want to take out the boss like as fast as possible. And if you have to sacrifice a little bit of health to do so, do it. Again, there's a compromise between safety and time when it comes to battle royale games and Fortnite in general. This is definitely something where you want to be time effective. Now, don't die to the AI, but definitely take it out kind of as possible. And as you can see, Noiz is very, very safe here in how he approaches the boss. He places walls all around him. He's got cones above him. You can't see this in this specific case, but his backside is also blocked off as well with walls. And it just makes it so that if anybody attacks him during this entire process, he's completely safe. Also, another thing that I wish people would talk about more is the fact that you don't have to be super aggressive early to drop a high kill game. Notice that right now Noiz has no eliminations and nothing, and there's 64 people left, and he's still going to go on to essentially eliminate, a fourth of the players in the lobby, right? So you can be patient. Now, in this specific case here, I actually really love this fight because this match right here that he has with this guy is a really, really good example of diagonal box fight, right? So diagonal box fighting is the idea that you always want to be lining up a right side, like attacking essentially from like the right side of your opponent, right? And notice just throughout this fight how well he does diagonal box fighting because it's one of the big things that makes Noiz so successful in W keying, pushing from the hedge side as we call it, or from the strong side. Right, so he's going to get into a little bit of an engagement here, trying to get the player to come out. He's going to go ahead and look to maybe use the wings. The player comes up. See players coming up. Noiz is gaining high ground. Player realizes he's lost height, tries to chop down. Noiz gets some chip damage. Now here we go. The player boxes up. Noiz was looking to break with the wings, but decides not to. And here we go. He breaks with the wings. Bam. Hits the player. Now the player is low and then dies to fall damage. So there, right there is a really, really good example of how to use the wings properly. Right? That's how you use the wings, guys. I think the wings are a very controversial item in the game right now, on whether you use them or not. It depends on how you use them and when you use them, on whether you should pick them up or not. I don't think it's something that you pick up every single time, and I don't think it's something that you never pick up ever. I think there's use cases and there's good examples of when you would do which one. But I think this is the fight, if I remember correctly, where he diagonal box fights very, 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 very well. So even as he's clearing the building here, this is actually a small detail that he did. I just want to point out, even when he was clearing the building, did you notice how the one time he was not on the hedge side, he built, right? This is the details that nobody talks about, right? He has hedge here, right? So if the person's here, for example, he's cool. He can take a nice little, he can hug the wall, take a right hand peek, and kill them. The only time he places a build to protect himself is in the where he does not camera angle. Do you see how he immediately builds to protect himself? Because he does not have that right hand peek, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Understanding when you have a strong versus weak side or when you have that right or left switch is very, very important. And now here, he's gone ahead, and even though this is in a building where I do believe in this building you can't place anything like here because of the collision here from this roof prefab. So you actually can't, I don't think you can place a cone here, right? But notice, immediately starting the diagonal box fight. I'm going to go ahead and break this down and just let you guys watch, but notice, he's always diagonal box fighting from this right-hand side, which means that if he plays correctly, it's very, very difficult for his opponent to damage him. And in most cases, if somebody correctly diagonal box fights, the only way the opponent can win is by running in their face and trying to auto shot your SMG spray. So as long as you understand that that's the real only way that opponents can kill you, and there are ways to counter that very effectively, then you should be. So looking here, trying to get the guy to peek, comes up to the side, holding that right side again, right? Pickaxe pulls out a shotgun. Pickaxe pulls out a shotgun, right? The 4x4 box fighting system. gets the guy to come out, gets some damage from one layer above. And again, look at this. He's holding that right side peak advantage. Now he has the health advantage. He forces an aim duel, constantly looking to pressure him with a pickaxe, pressuring in. Notice he's using his pickaxe so he can save the bullets in his gun or when he needs to eliminate the player. Boom, gets more chip damage, goes for piece control, looking to engage, trying to come down a layer. Opponent's now really, really flustered. That was almost a panic shot from the opponent.
That's not real.
And again, diagonal box fighting. There it is again. Always pressuring from that right-hand peak side, right? Being very safe. The opponent's now running away for his life. Like, oh my God, look quite literally, right? Bam, dead.
That's not real.
Right? So again, took it very slow, very disciplined, very smart, didn't rush anything,
Them to do
just
that.
let things happen over time, and eventually got the elimination and took very, very little damage in the process. Right? So, all right. So next fight here, I believe he uses again diagonal box fighting here, trying to get the setup again on the right hand side. Look at this, guys. Always, always, always pressuring diagonal. Right? Again, just pointing out the small details here that we may have missed. Right? Always diagonal box fight, guys, even when you're creating pressure. Right? The moment he jumped down a little too far, like, did you guys see that? The moment he jumped down a little too far. Right? Watch. The moment he jumped down a little too far here. Right? What does he do? He immediately places a ramp. Boom, he places a ramp, and then the opponent tarps this way, right? He then realizes, okay, so the opponent's here, so the opponent tarps this way, and now watch how he again works it from a diagonal box fighting position, right? He's here, and now he's diagonal box fighting from this side, right? You don't have to place a ton of structures when you're diagonal box fighting, but it's very important that you're always creating that right side pressure. That right side pressure is what's going to give you the advantage to eliminate your opponent. So always play from that diagonal box fighting setup, right? He uses a pickaxe again because he doesn't want to use the spray weapon too much. And then here we go. The wings, pressure's in, tries to force an aim duel with the wings. He does get chip damage, holding the high ground here a little bit, trying to pressure from the sides. Again, using the wings. Bam, breaks the builds, hits him. Almost got a full box 200.
No way.
Just reloading his weapons a little bit. Guy's trying to auto shot you in. Clearly he's panicking. Boom. Oh no, this is the third party. Eliminates the third party, I believe.
That,
Where did the MMM go? It was an M&M, I believe he was fighting. Oh no, I must have been mistaken. Yeah, it's an MM. Oh, he got killed by the
No
third. So the
way.
third party killed him, and then Noiz cleans up the third party. But nonetheless, did you guys? He used diagonal box fighting. He eliminates this player here, right? Notice comes out to the side, and then immediately look where he's at. Look at his positioning. This is the difference. Look at where he's positioned. He's on the strong side. He's always attacking from strong side. These are very, very solid fundamentals, which is the difference. It's the difference between winning and losing in these engagements. Cool, cool. Play. Right.
Bro,
The what?
damn, I
It's
got that
down. It's a
too.
shotgun shot.
I needed that, bro.
So this is the disadvantage to using the wings is flying like this. This is what you don't want to do with the wings. Everybody's so we use the wings, don't use the wings, right? If you're flying, notice how like Noiz in that case was flying very, very low to the ground, right? So if you are gonna fly, you are gonna fly. Okay, this is bad.
And
You want to
yeah,
fly if
shit
you're
get
gonna fly
busy.
low to the ground, so you immediately cancel by just going down to the ground, right? So if you are gonna use the wings, keep it low, keep it small, right? You don't want to be high in the sky where you can get shot out and destroyed, right? Again, the wings are one of those items that I'm not gonna say don't pick it up. I'm not gonna say pick it up. I think it really, really depends on the play style and what's going on in a match on what you should do. Just understand what they're good at and is my main thing. And then here's another great example of how you can use the wings to create a lot of pressure. So he comes right up here. He's going to go ahead and jump and break the box, just like this. Bam. Now he forces aim duel. Person takes chip damage. He's coming through trying to find the elimination. Bam. Right? So that's how you use the wings effectively, right? Again, guys, the wings are a skill-based item. There are plenty of pros and plenty of cons to them, right? It depends on what the situation is and your playstyle and whether you should pick or not pick them up. Cool. Noiz is now going to see that there's a person in zone. Notice that, as most players would do here, keep in mind, guys, just small detail here. But notice Noise, very disciplined, right? Immediately knows where he is in zone and knows that these guys have to come to him and that he has natural high ground here. The worst thing Noise can do is to push this. Why? Because then he's like way out in zone and he'll die, most likely, trying to get these limbs. So very smart just to chill here. The only thing I would wish to see maybe a little bit more of, sorry, Mr. Noise, is just to place a box here just in case he gets third party. But that's a nothing too drastic, right? I am a huge fan of just making boxes
Oh,
just in case somebody else shoots. You just never know when
yo,
somebody's
take
chilling in
two.
the bush with a sniper. It's just something I noticed, but it's again one of those kind of feel things, right? And he actually does kind of protect himself a little bit here from the sides. Tries to get height to eliminate the player, and he's going to go ahead and rotate through.
I can't be a drone. I need a wing. Yeah, I'm in a full bot
Now,
lobby,
one
bro.
thing I will say is Flowberry Fizz, regardless, is the best item. That's almost a must carry. Now, if you want a must carry item, probably for this season is the Flowberry Fizz because it gives you so much mobility, right? So I would say if you had a must carry item that I recommend everybody carry for competitive play, it would 100% be the Flowberry Fizz because of its ability to have you rotate far.
20.
Destiny Jesus is also
Come on,
pretty big
baby.
on this as well, but I definitely do believe that the Flowberry Fizz, if I had to give one mobility item slash healing item you should have for competitive, it would be
Take
Flowberry.
nothing away from me, bud.
Okay, coming out to the side, coming up and through.
He's right behind you, too.
Boom, again, look at that.
A little
Right now he's
sneaky.
going to use the wings to pressure in. And guys see, before he did that, you guys see, always playing the right side hedge.
He's also
Always
right behind
playing
you,
this
too.
hedge angle, right? He's always playing the right side hedge. Now he
Watch your
attacks
B.
with the wings, right? Forces Angel, gets the elimination. That's how you use the wings correctly, right? He's not flying with them. He's not going wild with them. He's keying with them and using them in a way to create pressure for eliminations. And then he gets in zone. He doesn't have to box up in this case because nobody's behind him because he's got zone to his back. Going to create pressure, comes down, and again tries to set up for a diagonal box fighting situation. Holding high ground, pressures in, bam, spams charge shotgun. Like and guys, like I think most people can do this. Like the techniques used here, like mechanically speaking, like skill wise, aren't too crazy. It's not like he's triple
Techniques,
editing
bro.
to the moon here, right?
I don't know what
He's
else to
literally
tell
just
him.
wings,
Let
shotgun,
me kill him.
right? Like you don't have to
Do I
make
have
the game
ultimate that way?
harder than it has to be, and the best players never do. You know what I mean? Again,
He has
now
B.
here's something that's not talked about, but should be is how important chip damage is, right? One of the biggest things that I see a lot of people miss out on is their chip
He's just
damage.
letting me kill
Right
him.
now, I know Noise is
But
kind
don't
of
kill
running and
ultimate that
gunning
way.
here a little bit, but one of the best things that makes him effective in this case is the fact that he just gets a ton of damage here, right? He lines up his shots, he makes sure that he's beaming this guy, right? You never want to try and get chip damage and like waste a whole bunch of shots. That's one of the worst things you can do because then this person boxes up and then you're in a stalemate. So be very disciplined. When you go to get chip damage, hit for 100 plus. Hit for 100 plus. Be accurate. You know,
He has
guy
Zeus.
now boxes up. Noise is going to go ahead and pressure, probably use the wings. Guy's running for his life. Noise in this case most likely will just force an aim duel at this point. Yep, guy's dead. Takes the wall. Guy's dead. Noise comes back in the zone. All right. Before this fight starts here, notice Noise is back here in zone, so he has to finish this fight extremely quickly to rotate back towards center zone. He's probably taking this engagement just so he can key through this lobby because Noise be keying everybody, right? So he comes through here, looks for the edit play. Now here's the detail that I wish more people did. I wish more people, when they go for a wall take, always look to try and edit just in some way immediately after the wall take. And even if you don't get it, like in this case, I don't think Noise gets the wall, but the wall as if he got it
That's real.
anyways. I always recommend you get in the habit of doing that is when you take a wall, like when you go to take a wall, always pretend like you took it and make an edit. So that way the response time is really, really fast and you can immediately get that damage. He's unable to get that, so go ahead and go a layer above, do the wing strategy yet again. Bam, goes in, tries to get piece control on his opponent, was unable to. His opponent's now running for his life. Noise again coming up, the diagonal box fight, but with the wings this time. Bam, pops him. right? And look, guys, look how
That's a
easy
method, bro.
keying with the wings is, right? Is this complicated? No, he just goes up 2 layers, hits him with the wings, and man ran. I don't even know where man went. Did he just disconnect? Where did he go?
I have to be lost, bro.
Where did he go?
I'm so lost.
I'm so confused on where he
Like
went.
he just disappeared. Am I tripping, bro?
Where did he go?
I'm so
No, you're
confused
not
now.
crazy. Where did he go? I am so confused. Did he just disconnect and get the limb? Where's his loot? He was right there. Still, like,
That's a method, bro.
okay,
Did bro?
okay. So it looks like man's in the box, and then I guess he slides down the hill.
Did bro?
He has to. He had. Okay, I think he made a fake box and he went this way. That's the only thing that makes sense. This had to be a fake box. He had to do a fake box and go down. I'll check the kill feed to see. Man, that guy. That guy is the ultimate hider. He bamboozled me too. He had to have slid down the hill. He had to have slid down the hill and he has to be hiding in zone. That's the only thing that makes sense. He has to be
I
like
have
in
to
here.
be lost, bro.
He has to be down here. He's literally like crouched here, like not even healing. Like he has to be like down back
I'm
behind
so
that mountain.
lost.
That's the only way. Yeah, because Noise, you didn't check there. That's the
Like
only
he
where
just
place he could be.
disappeared. Am I tripping, bro?
You're not tripping. He also threw me off. Let's see if he pops up in the
I was looking
elimination
right at
feed.
him.
I'm curious.
Oh, there he is.
He has to now be popping meds.
Oh, he's playing heal off. I mean, I better get that kill or something. I only have 20.
That's a different player, I think.
Yeah,
Excellent
I need to
tracking. By
defend
the
this
way,
one.
guys, just so you're not aware, this is something another small detail. Whenever you're shooting an opponent, always shoot a bit in front of them, so you don't miss your shot. The Noise's crosshair placement was a little
Yeah,
bit. You guys see? So here, let me see if I can. You see how it's a little bit in front
he
of the
can't even
opponent,
defend
right?
himself.
Just a small little detail there, because a lot of times you guys track and you track where the person is. No, you always track a little bit in front, like that, right? That's how you insta beam people like that. What's up, Cone? Great piece control.
That kid
Coming
just got
up,
the zone.
layer
Oh,
above.
he's fighting.
Homie's flying for his life. Yep, so this is what you don't do with the wings. If you want to know what you don't do, it's that. You don't try and fly away. If anything, you do the stair bump where you jump and fly, but you hit the stair and then you disengage like that. Never fly away with the wings. Do not fly away with the
No,
wings. That's like one of the
no
worst things
way.
you can do.
200.
Poor guy.
I'm not wearing that red, bro. Oh yeah, that's a
Working
lower
to create
level
some
right there.
pressure. Looking to jump down. He thought about using the wings, but the guy wasn't fully boxed up. Oop, nice chip damage. Down to the side. Guy's now healing. Noise again, going 2 layers above, flicking the wings. Guy jumps out. Noise gets the shotgun. Excellent job. Right, and look, guys, is he doing anything crazy? Is he doing a
Nice
whole bunch of
play.
triple edits? No, he's just playing diagonal box fighting, right? And then he's just jumping up with the
Very nice
wings,
play.
right? The only difference is that most of you
That's a
guys
lower
aren't using the
level
wings
too.
this way, right? This is what I'm talking about with the wings. The wings are great for like W King, and they have their time in endgame as well. You know what I mean? You just have to learn how to use them, right? They're just like a
Oh,
resource,
my
just like
play
anything else.
failed.
You just have to know how to use them correctly, right? Here he goes, keys into the box, gets chip damage, tries to force an aim duel. He actually does successfully succeed. Guy now tarps correctly, 180. So good job by his opponent to tarp correctly and building out a hard mass. This
Staying
is
on the
probably the
wall
only
the entire
opponent that
time.
knows what he's doing. But Noise, nonetheless, still able to use those wings to get a lot of damage on his opponent. This actually is one of the only this guy's playing fairly decent. He's trying to pressure in, trying to force aim duel. Is successful in forcing aim duel. No, almost. The tarping from this guy is good. This guy's been playing extremely good defensively. This guy's trying to heal up. Noiz again, pressuring from that right side, and actually has to disengage. So this guy died his own, but that was actually really, really good defense from him. Did you guys see how he was always tarping back? Let me actually just let you guys watch this again. Right now, the guy's probably going to die to the fact that zone's coming in, but if this was a neutral situation, he played this fairly well. Right, he's constantly creating space for himself, constantly tarping 180, right, creating 2 to 3 boxes. Right, the moment Noiz gets a wall, he just makes a new box, reboxes and makes space, rebox and makes space, just like that. And Noiz eventually, due to time, has to disengage from that. Now the guy is caught in a really, really tough situation and does have to make a bad rotation. That was a really bad rotation. The guy's still staying alive, honestly. So if let's talk about what he should have done a little bit differently. Right? He did pretty good. The only thing I would say this guy could have done better is try and get counter damage. Guys, whenever somebody's keying like this, the best way to get them off your box is get counter damage. Right? The first thing you should always do if you're ever low is not heal. Okay. Let me say that in a way that's not super naive. Obviously, you do eventually want to heal, but it is not the first thing you should do. The first thing you should actually do is look to get counter damage. Okay, because that's what's going to allow you the time to heal. Sometimes you're not going to have the time to heal if you cannot get the guy off your box, right? So a lot of times what you first want to do is get the guy off your box, get the guy stopping pressuring you, and the best way to do that is to get counter damage first. After you get counter damage, then you heal. So if he would have done that, he would have probably had the space to heal and then properly rotate. So that's the first thing I would say. Now he expanded very, very, very well, right? The one thing I would like to see him do better is try and maybe perform a counter 2 layers away. So that way the risk of him taking damage is extremely low. Then, Noiz would have been forced to just, if Noiz would have gotten popped for, let's say, 60, 70. Okay, next thing. In this situation, all right, this was probably the worst rotation imaginable. He's going to Flowberry jump out of the box. Now, I don't know what the guy's HP is, right? So there is a factor have to understand that if you just got shot like this and you just got keyed like this, the worst thing you can do is try and flowberry directly towards where everybody's going to be. At bare minimum, if we see here, he's probably here. At bare minimum, he should be rotating like this. I would much rather take a ton of storm damage going this direction and heal up with a med kit than flow directly here and be a sitting duck as you get beamed. So this rotation here should have been a very, very long, wide rotation, which would have taken him like this through zone. And he has Flowberry. He has Flowberry, so he should have gone this way, in my opinion. He's right here right now. He should have rotated like that, if you guys can see the map here. Definitely should have done that. But instead, he kind of gets good, absolutely beamed here from Noiz. Yeah, Noiz is just holding. Again, guy should be not rotating, maybe not into zone. If he has med kits, he should actually be chilling and taking storm damage. If I was him, I would tell him to chill and take storm damage. You are better off healing than trying to force this. Because look, Noiz now has to remove, right? And if he just, bro, if he would have just rotated, he could have won this game, actually. Let me be very honest. If this guy would have rotated, like I just said, and went back through this way and then up the mountain like this, he could have actually flanked all the way around, killed this player. This guy actually could have won the game if he would just fix that rotation. He could have won because then Noiz would have been scuffed on low ground. You got lucky there, Noiz. You're lucky that this guy didn't know what he was doing on the rotation side of things. And actually, hold on, did he have a mech? Yeah, yeah. He threw. He threw. This is a throw from him. Yeah, he had meds. Hold on, let's see how much. Oh yeah, he had meds. He had shields for days. So definitely, if he would have just rotated this way, he would have won. Because now he could have taken on that player on height, and then Noiz would have been on the low ground. Noiz is going to go ahead and key here. Again, doing the wing strategy. We know the playbook by now.
W siphon.
Noiz using the storm to his advantage. trying to force an angel with the wings. He still is aware that the guy is on height, so he's just protecting himself from height.
The method's not working, bro.
In, trying to force angel, protect himself from height, jumps up, gets the elim, and now it's a 1v1. And the last thing you want to do is have the 1v1 Noiz in zone wars.
That kid up there is the only guy stopping me with a bailout no scope.
So I do believe the guy on height has to come down. Oh, it is 1v1v1. So Noiz does have the best position in zone right now, because zone is pulling towards him. So all the players are going to have to rotate. Noiz does recognize this and starts to immediately gain pressure. Immediately gets some chip damage, and he's just trying to look to finish the last two players here, which he does, which is awesome. Creating that pressure, gets another beam.
Yeah,
That guy is really, really low on chip damage.
Down,
Noiz is going to prioritize position in zone first, and then just look to slowly get eliminations on the player. He gets third partied a little bit from the other guy, but is still trying to get this elim here. The reason why Noiz isn't freaking out about this guy on his side here is because he's very conscious of the audio cues. The audio cues are clearly showing where the other guy is, and that's why Noiz obviously isn't pressuring him.
Do the method on him.
He gets the elimination. Oh, did he get the elimination from the guy in zone?
Double edit to the side.
I do believe, yeah, the other guy went down to zone, and that's it.
Be taking that, buddy.
And there you have it, guys. So I hope this video helped. I hope this little VOD review helped you guys understand how to use the wings a little bit better, and helped you guys with your tournament performances. And I look forward to doing more of these in the future.